Heyo, Cool Skeleton 111 here. How y'all doing? Alright, well, we're gonna be having a bit of a shorter stream today, because I do have something to do today. But, now, let's get back into a Saturday. Woo! I think we're on the last legs of the case, or trial, whatever. But yeah, are you all ready to get into it? Here we go! Alright, audio is good. Let us continue. Final day, trial ladder. Not sure if we'll be able to finish this or not, but we'll see. February 25th, 12:06. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Please be prepared. There will be some awkward voice acting. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you into trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe! What is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around all day while on duty. And on top of it, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again? Let me tell you, pal. This is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was ever a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Ashworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so.
You could at least study some evidence laws. Really?
Hello, welcome in, Jakes J. Penguin. How you doing? The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? He said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him? Well, glad to hear that. Alright. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. So, what you been up to recently, if you don't mind me asking? Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. Doesn't look like that book'll do you any good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, Detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edward! The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal.
You're missing the point, Detective. Alana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. February 25th, 12:52. District Court, Courtroom Number 9.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally, this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edworth, may have struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and, Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Very well. Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable! Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you pull the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over.
The defense calls. The time's finally come to bring about the real murderer. And we shall present Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way.
No thank you. Alright, back to the court.
Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Let me try to get his voice.
What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's clear. I think it's been made perfectly clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Ah, don't worry. I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony.
SL9 incident.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
nothing to do with it, eh?
Is that when Doug was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor, unconscious.
When Emma...
When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Doug bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. SL9 incident. Alright. Let me take a look at that. Yeah. Evidence law. No evidence can be shown without the approval of police, and unregistered evidence must be relevant to the case on trial. So, that's probably gonna come in handy. Nothing to do with it, huh? I'm gonna present this. Well, first I'm gonna save. Because the piece, like, vase shard and the piece of leather was found in his safe. Or assumably his safe. So, if he really had nothing to do with it, what was it doing in his safe? Objection! You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example.
That's the blue badger you showed us earlier!
A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. And not only that, but this evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in this illegal investigation.
Chief Gant! What's the meaning of this? Oh. He's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved with the forgery.
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Ryder? Objection! However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence you found in your office, and their relation to forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Evidence and forgery.
Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment? And a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Miss Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for the hat? Today is, well, you know. All right, Dodgy. In return, though. I know. That place, right?
What are these guys? What are these guys? Telepathic? You can't prove when. Maybe we could. Not there. Clear handprint can be seen on the leather cloth. The print belongs to Emo. I think we'll keep this information to myself. And there's nothing else. Great. I think we kind of can, maybe. Rockford stains must be blood traces from the incident 2 years ago. Only the fragment found in the Chief Gant's office still has lines remaining on it. What do you mean by that?
This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery,
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was set.
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient?
Right. The Chief is talking about a possibility. So long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Tell me something I don't know.
Come now, Righto. Think about it.
How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember, who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care much for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Marshall's unfortunate demise was him, this guy. Well, now do you see?
Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there's one large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That, in itself, is sufficient motive.
Oh, that is a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without the case, I was already in line to become next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway. Be careful when pointing that finger, or else you might wind up being the one-point attempt. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There! It's out in the open now. Archie, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? By all means, please do!
Nothing in it for you.
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? True, you might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you are positively determined to betray the chief. As a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I meant.
Very well, then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence?
Probably Lana Sky. Or... I can't save. Well, hold on. Can I? No. Alright. Well...
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have to have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed a chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. Spring.
But how would he profit from all these? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
No, that's not... no.
Oh, wait. You must mean puppet, as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind.
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Right you, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana? She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant.
I'm afraid without any proof, there's all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also What happened to this incident?
This incident? Which one would that be?
Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout his entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Just what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover his involvement.
Quit! Order! I said order! Mr. Wright! You can't be serious! This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency! To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder! That's impossible!
Your Honor, is there... I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in easier to understand language.
It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now.
Looks like he's the one. He's the one who's decided to go through with this.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief of high ranking officer of law is involved in this murder?
Good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
I'm not really sure. It might be this? I'll keep looking. No. Wait. I think I know.
Take that! This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777. 7777.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
It's your number.
Hmm.
Wait! How do you know that?
The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean...
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7 sevens. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
Nothing.
The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime?
What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not! Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days!
You haven't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Dr. Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met with the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet with Chief Gant on the day of the crime.
Oh? Not the ID. Is it the shoe? It might be the shoe. I'm thinking it's the shoe.
Take that!
No, there's gotta be something more solid than this. On that day, Detective Goodman had to go see Chief Gant.
Sorry to interrupt your mumblings, but the court is waiting.
Oops.
Why don't you come meet with me tomorrow? Perhaps we can write up your letter of termination.
Regardless, you did see Detective Goodman that day. and I'm going to save.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have
I'm going to save here. Okay, so it's not the shoe. Not the ID. It could be... Yeah. This.
Take that!
Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime.
Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police.
Yet you are in possession of that report. Which means you can't be sure if he filled it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room on that day.
He needed to.
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh!
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him.
There's no other way to the murder. There's no way... There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Exactly.
But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him into the evidence room. He could have just left him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really relented to the Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
What the heck happened?
Chief Gant! You did it!
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
Objection!
You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you! Take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we needed to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was a useless clue that's been taking up space.
How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
To move the victim's body, Chief Gant had used this. Photo. This. Well,
I see. Maybe I'll use this later to move your dead body, Mr. Wright.
huh?
And I'll help you dispose of it.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my gosh! I don't think you should be making death threats in the middle of a trial. Okay. Alright. Probably this one. It's Edgeworth's car. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
A parking stab? Miles Edgeworth. You mean...
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car.
You mean I carried the victim's body?
Precisely so.
But wait! Even you know! I didn't plan on returning to my office. After the ceremony finished that day.
But you did return. Tell me why.
I was asked to go, but Chief Gant knew this. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the backstabbings, I brought this back here.
So you see, what you were really talking to the prosecutor's taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car?
Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Sky!
Order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal? to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was a not a... Huh? I'm not reading this wrong, right? This was not a photo. Okay, we'll just... of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite.
It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Kent, please say something.
I believe your time is up.
My name?
Sorry, Wright, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special.
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now.
Wait! That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Objection!
So you're just going to run away after all this? Run away. Don't make me laugh, Werther. I stabbed Earl Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I have law to dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with.
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Devin Kent is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
Do you have any concrete proof?
Saving again.
Proof that Chief Kent murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of the body?
Do I have any concrete proof? I don't think we do. I really don't think we do, and that's kinda bad. Yeah, I'm gonna say I have no proof yet. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
See, Archie?
In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief.
What?
As a tip, never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today.
Hello, welcome in! How you doing?
Okay, Archie, I'll leave the rest to you.
No, get back here! Thanks, one.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to our senior officer and our nation's law enforcement agency.
Lady Luck. Maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness!
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony.
But Chief Kent has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
There is still someone else, one more witness, who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth. But we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth... Lana Sky.
The defendant, Miss Lana Sky?
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task, to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with her certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Prosecution has no objection, Your Honor.
Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in
Hold on!
Hey!
Oh, okay. I did... It was question marks. I don't know.
Chief Garrett? I thought you were going to eat.
Listen good, Lana.
He's talking to Lana.
I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sisters will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
This isn't good.
Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway. Right. Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to beat.
Okay. If there aren't any other further objections, this court is now in recess.
February 25th, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
That chief! He's something else. Hey, pals!
Detective Gumshoe!
Yeah, I'm not a detective anymore.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I've already decided where to work now. It's your office!
Heck yeah! My office?
Sure! I'll take the place out of that top-knotted girl you got used to working with.
Could he mean... Maya?
Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant done it again! How is it he always gets his upper hand?
It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down now, Wright. Remember what the judge said.
But Chief, this is not a right to be invoked casually. There's certain risks to be considered.
Risks. What did he mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything, too? Emma! Are you okay? Yeah. When it comes to... I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma? I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what's really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all, just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone knew her, said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gad's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do.
That must be why she came so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Master Marshall.
Hey, don't go blame yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Chief Kent may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait here? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this.
Alright. Well, I suppose it's a good stopping point as any. So yes, I did say that there would be a shorter stream today, but yeah, that's just gonna have to be it for now. Alright, let us go to the crypt. Alright, well, that was pretty good. We got some progress done. Now let me see who there is to raid, if there is anyone. Nope, not today. So, without a further ado, thank you guys. Whoop. Accidentally hit that early. Alright, let's try it again from the top. So, thank you guys. Now we'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.